My name is Marcus Öberg. I work in a large entity, Tetrapack in Sweden, primarily with patent matters, everything related to patents.
Thank you. I'm Terry Boyde, working for European IP law firm, and also I'm mainly responsible for handling the case before European Patent Office, and I'm Japanese patent attorney.
Perfect, thank you. Can you change the slide, please? Okay, for the dynamic landscape of IP trends, that will summarize the various point of view of our group. From the pivotal role of IP playing a really important part in the economy and to the imperative of adapt communication strategy, we will see that a lot of things has to be done, and that we, for example, our set of skills must be increased, and that our collaboration with other departments in companies or industries must be one of our main goals. But just to be quick, let's go and let's navigate together these various trends. And please, I think next it will be Francesca. No, Teo, sorry, Teo.
In this slide, I'd like to talk about the impact of IP that we observed as a trend with the following three pillars. The first is the role of IP. IP works as an economic multiplier through licensing, partnership, and direct sales. IP generates revenue, which can spread across industries, stimulating economic expansion and job creation. Also, it works as a competitive edge. Companies with robust IP portfolios pioneer advancements and command market leadership. The second is about the global spotlight. IP-intensive industries contribute significantly to national GDPs, and countries with strong IP frameworks attract greater foreign investment, fostering an environment where innovations are created. The last is about a new European system. It's called a unitary patent system. And we are now required to estimate their economic impact on European market in future. So in conclusion, we can say that our commitment to IP continues to safeguard our progress and our economic future after COVID pandemic as well.
Reading the report from the Niemeyer, one of the points that I observed also in my company as a P manager, and that is also definitely important, is the communication around the P. So to have a good communication understanding with the C-level, of course, but also with R&D, innovation, technical marketing, and sales, to have everybody on the same level in order to move in the same direction and have everybody understanding the importance of IP and the role that can have in the growth, in innovation, and also to get some economic power. A way to improve the communication, I can give you an example, to organize some regular meeting where not just R&D is involved, but also technical marketing and sales, in order to have some exchange of opinion to understand if there is a particular product that is like particularly good on the market, what is needed from the customers, if there is some idea, I understand if this can be good perceived from the customer, and also if we can have some application in some additional markets that are not standard related to the company. And of course, during this meeting, an important point is to use a language that can be not just easily understood by the audience, but also that get the attention, and it can be interiorized easily so that everybody can use it on a daily work, because once the concept has been so like completely understood, then it's also easier for everybody to work in that direction. And an additional point that maybe can help in explaining how IP can be of relevance for the company is to present some real world example and also to share some success. So, for example, also some internal app of the companies, like to create a discussion also between colleagues that everybody can read to keep the tension high. And what we have observed is also that it's important to try to find a balance between in-person and online meeting, because in-person meetings sometimes help in explaining better or creating a better connection between the people and to work in an easy way together through the same goals.
Thank you, Francesca. Now I would like to talk about a trend which is quite a challenge, I think. It's about our evolving role. Transforming into what I like to call the Swiss Army knife of competencies within the business field. The intellectual property field is no longer just about securing patents, trademarks, or copyrights. It's about a spectrum of skills that mirror the versatility and utility of a Swiss Army knife. Why? Just because the challenge we face and the opportunities we seize demand nothing less, and we see it perfectly in the module 1, for example. So as IP practitioner, we are now expected to be strategic visionaries, not only crafting IP strategies to protect, but also to propel our client business forward this hyper-competitive market. And again, we stay, of course, legal experts. So we need to be fluent, of course, in complex language of intellectual property rights, ready to defend and enforce our clients' rights. But at the same time, we need to translate this language to be able to communicate efficiently with our environment. Of course, the landscape demands as well as we must be defensive tacticians, and market movements to be able to analyze the market, anticipate competitor moves, and ensure our client intellectual assets are remained unchallenged and aligned with their business strategy. And we stay also innovation interpreter, because of course we are here to deeply involve in the inventive processes. So we are here to translate complex innovation into protected and valuable assets. Then we also are analytical connectors, because we are here to facilitate collaboration between R&D, for example, and legal department. And we have another hat, which is technological adventurers, because we need to stay up to date to new technologies. For example, with AI, we are now learning to use AI in our daily work. And again, it's a new set of skills that we need to learn. So, and finally, we have the diplomatic liaison hat, because we need to bridge gaps between different business units to be able to implement clearly and efficiently an IP strategy. So in conclusion, I like to say that IP practitioners are really like a Swiss knife. Thank you.
So another trend will be integration of new tools, and the digital transformation in IP comes from because the IP work is growing so fast because of these new digital ideas. So video calls and virtual meetings are basically the new normal since some years ago, and I'm not even adding about or talking about virtual works and smart AI tools that could work for legal work. So also it was observed that we need advanced and adapted to IT systems. They are necessary, and also it is necessary that these systems are really integrated. And also education has become really important, because it is the way to keep us up to date to every innovation and industrial shift. And also about expanding networks through technology, the use of LinkedIn, for example, as a way of connection, and also virtual networking and collaboration. And also regarding cybersecurity, the more integrated the systems there are, the stronger the protection should be.
Yes, so as it is important, the communication with R&D, technical market and sales as well important is the fact that also the C-level needs to understand the importance of IP, to have IP integrated in the core business of the strategy, and that the companies all working in the same direction. And also in this case, the communication skills that I have spoke about previously also apply. So to have like to use a vocabulary that can be easily understood from the C-level, so that we can get their attention.
And also, in addition to what Francesca says, that basically we are not alone. We need to embrace collaboration, meaning that we need to work together with the management board, and also join forces with R&D innovators, and connect with sales and marketing, and also work beyond expectations to be able to have better results, involve, of course, human resources, because recruitment of essential workers is really important, and also engage with PR and communications.
So now we go for the trend radar. So can you jump to the next slide, please? Okay, so here we will first talk about the ranking that we have made based on our different point of views. And then we will discuss some of the trends, future of work, unified patent court, AI generative creation, and two missing ones, which are climate change mitigation technologies and quantum technologies. So here it's quickly, we have ranked all of these trends, and for us, future of work is and unified patent courts are the most important ones. And then we go with AI, and then with IP in business ecosystem and so on. And as I said, the missing ones are mainly climate change mitigation technologies, quantum technologies, and another one, but we will not have time to discuss it. It's IP consultancy as a freelance. I think it's a trend in our field, but we can discuss that another day, I think. So we can change of slide, please.
Looking at the IP Business Academy at Trend Radar, I think there is at least one trend, one really big trend that is missing, and that is sustainability. And how it's driven and discussed in society, and where the push for innovation comes from. It comes from different ways. We have, for example, innovation driven by social pressure. An example, you know about the plastic soup in the ocean. Maybe you saw the turtle with a plastic straw in its nose. It started as a group, as started circulating, but quite soon we saw that we had regulations driving for banning plastic straws. And if you look on the bottles around you, you see the caps, they are tethered now. It is because of regulations, and there has been a lot of inventions made towards tethered caps in the past years. And that is not really the need driven by customers as much as by regulation and the need for making a change. But and that affects IP a lot. And we see the same on other fields. We have, for example, biofuels that must be mixed into diesel in ways that it wasn't done before. And that creates a lot of revenue on that side, and that creates resources for creating IP and the need for IP. And that can come quite sudden. And it can actually disappear quite sudden, the income, the source of income. And that affects, of course, the value of IP. There are countries where government changes, then the obligation to, well, include biodiesel, for example, that is reduced. And then the possibility to use IP as a means of profit, it's reduced as well. Another trend or sub-trend related to sustainability is increased collaboration, because it's harder to really come up with a solution yourself as one entity. And there are complicated aspects then when you develop together, who shall own it? Maybe we don't want to own it together, but we should share the results, and how should we license and so on. And that becomes it more complicated to find your position in this value chain. Where does the money come from? There's also a push for royalty-free licensing when it is about sustainability. You cannot just sit on your IP and prevent everyone else. It's really bad for other IP. If you look on, for example, your trademark, that's really valuable IP, but that can take a big hit if you use your patents in the wrong way. We have, for example, Tesla. They said you can use our battery technology. You have a license for that. And we also see a need for adapting more quickly. As I said, technology and also IP, it can change overnight how valuable it is, and often driven by regulations and pressure from society.
But about quantum technologies, just to say that today what we see in quantum technologies is what we have seen in AI 10 years ago, something like that. So it's a very important technology trend, but also in IP it has an effect because it has an effect on business. So we have some new business models arriving, some companies that are trying to incorporate quantum solution in their actual business models. And in IP, that means that in patent, for example, it requests for that the patent attorney may able to understand the technology, the invention, which is not quite easily without a background in physics or in quantum physics mainly. And at the same time, the patent offices are not well equipped with examiner with a background in quantum physics too. That means when you draft a patent application on quantum physics, you need to write in a way which is quite new. So we are evolving regarding the draft of patent application with these quantum technologies, as well as regarding the business models that companies can come out with. That's it. I think 15 minutes are over. So thank you very much.